Okay, air fryer potato wedges. You're going to need a couple of potatoes for this. I'm using Maris Pipers because they really make excellent French fries or chips, and they also make excellent roasting potatoes and mashing potatoes. So it's the floury type potato we're using. I'm going to use a tiny bit of malt vinegar and some salt. Not that, that's the good stuff, that goes on them. We'll use this for this because most of that is going to get thrown away. So I'm going to use quite a bit of salt in this process, but before the Salzpolizei get up in the comments, most of it is going down the sink. So the way I cut the potatoes is quite important. I like, most potatoes will roll onto a flat side, so I cut the potato down that, but first I like to top and tail it like that. Just take off those thin slivers and then cut it down that way. Now the potatoes have been scrubbed, but I don't like to take off the skin, so I'm going to cut off any bad bits I find, because you do. Leave ourselves with a nice spud, and then I just half them again into wedges. Half it again into wedges. Same with this one. Half it again. That's enough wedges for myself and my brother. You might want to do more. That's up to you entirely. Right, into my bowl I'm going to put the potatoes, a good couple of teaspoons of salt. Like I said, Salzpolizei, don't get excited, most of this is going down the sink. It's just going to be used to soak the potatoes in, and that helps them crisp up, and it also bleaches them a bit so they don't go too dark while they're cooking. And then onto that, so I've put in a sprinkle of malt vinegar, that stops them browning, and on top of that I'm going to pour a kettle full of boiled water. And then I'm going to leave that to soak for about 20 minutes to half an hour. And then we'll get back to you. Okay, after they've soaked for a while, you get them drained. And then onto a clean and washed tea towel. Or you can do it with paper towels, it doesn't matter. You get them all laid out and then you dry them off as well as you can. So I just like to do that, pat them dry, and once they're all dry, just make sure that the last one's dry as you open it up. And we do this for a good reason. It helps them really crisp up nice. So I'm using my air fryer, and this one is the Tower Vortx air fryer, and I'm just going to lay each wedge skin side down on the tray, like so. And if you've got the space, give it between them. And the extra time you take here will pay dividends in the finished product, because they're partially cooked because of the heat of the boiled water, and they're impregnated with the salt, and most of which went down the sink. And then dry, without spraying them with oil, we put those into the air fryer. I'm going to put them in at 190 Celsius for 5 minutes. I'll put them on the top shelf, and then I set it for 190 for just 5 minutes. Again, we have Mr. Paul, Bradley Bennett and Mike and Nancy Abel to thank for the production of this video. Thanks guys, you're helping keep the lights on around here. Cheers. Okay, that 5 minutes has elapsed, and they're nowhere near cooked. It's just that at this stage, this is where we spray them with some oil. Use a bit of spray oil or just brush some oil onto them, and then get them back into the air fryer, and then I run them at 190 for a full 15 minutes. So that's 190 degrees for the full 15 minutes. Okay, let's have a look at this. And as you see, they are rather nice. Just check them over. They're cooked all the way through, but I just want them a little bit darker, so I'm just going to put them in for another 5 minutes. So another 5 minutes at 190. So there we go. Gorgeous, look at that. How lovely are those? Right, they're pretty perfect, those wedges, and then we'll serve them up with some fish and chips with some mushy peas. I think that'll be about right. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you want to help me out with the donation, there's donation links below to PayPal, Subscribestar and Buy Me a Coffee. Meanwhile, the thumbs up and your comments below help a lot. Thanks ever so much. Thanks in advance. So there they are, served up with a fillet of fish, breaded fish, a sprinkle of salt and a dash of malt vinegar. Gorgeous.